Okay, in this section, I'm going to talk about how to work with files and directories in C#. In .NET, we have a namespace called System.io, and that's where all these classes to work with files and directories are located. There are many classes in this namespace, and it's really impossible for me to go through all of them. First of all, it's going to take a lot of time, and honestly, I don't have the knowledge of every single one of them. In fact, I don't think there is anyone on this planet who knows every single class in .NET Framework. So you will discover classes based on your needs. But in this lecture, I'm going to introduce you to a few very common classes that you might find useful in your programs. These classes include file and file info, directory and directory info, and path. Let's see the difference between them. So file and file info classes both provide methods for creating, copying, deleting, moving, and opening files. They have very similar interfaces. The only difference is file info provides instance methods, whereas file provides static methods. So why do we need different classes for static or instance methods? The difference is if you're going to have a small number of operations, let's say get attributes about a file, it's more convenient to access the static methods of the file class. But the problem with these static methods is every time you call these static methods, some security checking is done by the operating system to make sure that the current user has access to the file. So if you're going to have a large number of operations, this is going to affect the performance of your application. So in that case, it's more efficient to create a file info class and access all its instance methods. This way, security checking is done only once during creation of a file info object. So here is a list of methods that are pretty useful to know about these classes. Again, this is not a complete list by any means. My intention is to just give you an idea of what you can do with these classes. So create method is of course used to create a file. You also have copy, delete, exists to check if a file exists. Get attributes, which returns the attributes of the given file. Or move to move a file around. Or read all text, which reads all the text in a file. Directory and directory info are very similar to file and file info. So directory class provides static methods, whereas directory info provides instance methods. And you use either of these classes to work with directories. Here are some useful methods. Create directory, delete, exists, get current directory, which returns where the application is currently sitting. Get files, which returns the files in a directory. And in that method, you can provide filters. For example, you can say, give me all files or files with a JPG extension. We also have move and get logical drives, which returns the logical drives of your hard disk, like C drive, D drive, and so on. We also have the path class, which provides methods to work with a string that contains a file or directory path information. And here are some useful methods of the path class. Get directory name, get file name, get extension, which is very useful. Let's say you have a path and you want to get only the extension of that path. So you don't want to process a string yourself, you just want to get the extension. So you simply call path.getExtension and provide your string there. We also have get temp path, which returns the path of the current user's temporary folder. In the next few lectures, you're going to see demos of these classes in action.